Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that chew too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Beneful. Mornings are when the grind starts. Stretches, immaculate. Cardio, crushed it. Territory, marked. Sorry, geraniums. The dog routine is on point, but it can get a little wolf. That's why I fuel up with high-protein, Beneful freshly prepared meals. I'm eating clean with real meat and veggies, served fresh from the pantry. Kick boring in the bowl with Beneful freshly prepared meals. Visit Purina.com/Beneful to shop now.
Welcome to the Bare Naked ABCs. Turn the page. Ding. No, there is not a monster at the end of this book, but I do have a Betsy joining me tonight. Welcome, Betsy.
Thank you.
You sound a little bit like Grover tonight.
I sound a little monstrous tonight, yes.
It reminds me, we will be talking about other Muppets tonight, too. But for now, we should probably get on with the episode. We're talking this week about one of the last songs on this album. We're getting down to the end. We're talking about Stephen Page and the Art of Time Ensemble's cover of Virtute the Cat Explains Her Departure. If you have never heard this song, here is a quick snippet of the original.
I would wait for you to arrive with kibble and a box full of beer. How I'd scratch the empties, desperate to hear you make the sound that you found for me.
And then here is the quick sample of Stephen Page's version.
To arrive with kibble and a box full of beer. How I'd scratch the empties, desperate to hear you make the sound that you found for me.
And we're getting some interesting facts here in the bottom of our screen saying that Stephen Page is known for his distinctive vocals and songwriting. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's an understatement.
I mean, you could say the same of Bob Dylan, Neil Young, like that was a pretty generic. So yeah, we're talking this week about a cover again, and this week's cover the original was done by a band called the Weaker Thans, and it again is going to make me weak in the knees to think about how I was not on the last Ships and Dips tour because of my son. Love him dearly. The reason I missed the last Ships and Dip. It's all his fault. I will forever blame him. The Weaker Thans actually played on that last tour that Stephen was on. So the 2009, just before Stephen left the band, they were on that tour.
Damn it.
I have a feeling I understand and know who it was that invited them on.
Yep.
Because honestly, they were practicing this song long before getting off the boat and then going right into doing this. The instrumentation and arrangement had to have been written before Steven even got on the boat.
Yeah.
So Steven obviously knew this band, especially considering this again, as we've said many times with this album, this was not one of the like singles that this band had released and was known for.
Mm-hmm.
It is like, for people that know the band, this is one of the songs that people really love and they talk about, but it's not a deep, I mean, it's not a well-known cut. So Steven or someone in the orchestra really had to have loved this band. And I would say it's Steven, considering he invited them onto the cruise.
Right.
Interestingly enough, Ed, during one of the performances, got up with the band, got behind and took the drums.
Oh yeah. He's been known to do that.
Yeah, but he did this without telling them, and waited for them to turn around and notice that he was back there. And then they had
sounds
this
like a mischievous thing that he do.
Oh yeah. And then they had this 2-minute long rock jam session back there, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I will post that into the liner notes for this week, as well as the other videos from the time that they were on the Ships and Dips 5. A little bit about the Weaker Thans. Not a really super powerhouse band that a lot of people, I think, know. They were created in... Oh, I lost my page. Hold on, I'm getting it back up. They were created in 1997. So, BNL was just becoming big at that point. They're from Winnipeg, and the main person that started it, John Sampson, who's the lead singer, originally was in a punk band called Propagandhi. And yes, I pronounced that right. But he left to start a publishing company, and he found this other bassist named John Sutton and the drummer Jason Tate, who stuck around for a while. And they were also part of the punk band scene in Winnipeg. And he created them because he wanted to do a more melodic band, an introspective and positive band than the punk band that he was in previously. I would say that basically from listening to their albums this week, you can still hear the punk influences.
Yeah, his voice kind of reminded me of kind of like a thinner sounding voice, like a Mountain Goats kind of. Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because all week I was trying to find the right way to describe what his voice sounds like. And
to hear you make the sound that you found for me.
Yeah. It's just a little more thin and nasal, like Mountain Goats, but different somehow.
What I kept coming back to is he sounds like Gobo Fraggle.
Come on, Red, where's your sense of humor?
Yeah! Oh, jeez.
And for people who don't know who Gobo Fraggle is, lead character on Fraggle Rock. Or another way to look at it is...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He also, and it's the same actor, same voice actors.
I'm not sure if that's what he's going for, but
no, I mean, it still sounds good. But another way of thinking about it is he sounds exactly like Robin, Kermit's nephew.
Oh yeah,
from the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
And I've always loved Robin, so it's not an insult for me to say that. Like, there's this beautiful song called Halfway Down the Stairs, which...
Halfway down the stairs is a stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. I'm not at the bottom, I'm not at the top. So this is the stair where I always stop.
As a 10-year-old, I was listening to a lot. I would listen to the whole album. That was one of the songs that I really liked. So for me to make that comparison is not an insult. I really do adore that voice, and it works really well.
Halfway down the stairs, huh? Not sure if that.
It isn't up. It isn't down.
Huh.
So yeah, the Weaker Thans were around for I want to say about a little over 15 years before they broke up. And they won't say they broke up. They say they're cryogenically on a break.
Nice. Cryogenically on a break.
Which is pretty cool. And it was pretty amicable because the guitarist and the drummer and all of them came and played songs on John Sampson's personal solo album afterwards. So
okay.
But I haven't heard them doing any new concerts, and they haven't released any albums since 2010.
No. So, that's been a while then.
They left the cruise, released an album, they were done. I blamed Steve.
Of course.
Or maybe it was Ed. Ed coming up and standing on the drums.
Yeah, that really jarred them. Yeah.
It started a whole snowball effect, and Ed, we know you listen. We blame you.
Yeah. Come on the show and defend yourself. It's true unless you say otherwise.
That's right. You have to come on and prove that we're wrong. So they had 4 regular albums: Fallow, Left and Leaving, Reconstruction Site, and Reunion Tour. And then, which was not their reunion tour, it was their last song. I mean, their last album. And then they had one live album that they released in 2010, and then that was it. They were done. They have done a lot of side projects since then. So they didn't really ever make it huge, but they did have 2 number 1 hits at the same time, which was pretty cool, back to back.
Sure.
In 2007, and then that was it.
What were they?
One was a cover of the Rheostatics' "Bad Time to Be Poor."
Okay.
And then the second one was Civil Twilight.
Angry like you never were, and I ease us back into traffic. Dust comes on and I wonder why I'm always remembering you. And Civil Twilight, for the most part I think about golfing and constantly calculate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of those.
Neither have I. They really didn't chart in America.
Okay. Yeah, that happens.
So, yeah. I will say, like, they're very eclectic. Like the music I heard this week, varied all the way from folk type of sound to punk to emo and alternative, and it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I like that.
They're a very interesting band. With some really odd themes, I guess is the way to put it. Themes.
Okay.
So this song is one of 4 songs that covers Virtute's journey. So we should probably get to what the song is about, what this week's song is about. So Virtute, which is Latin for strength, is the name of a cat. And in this song, which is the second in the series, Virtute is running away from his owner. In the first song, which is Plea from a cat named Virtute.
And listen, about those bitter songs you sing, they're not helping anything. They won't make you strong. So we should open up the house, invite the tabby 2 doors down.
It originally talks about how the owner is an alcoholic and depressed person who is always drinking and watching TV, and it's taken from Virtute's point of view and the cat's point of view, and basically saying, like, I know that you can be better than you are. I know that you can be strong and that you are strong, which is interesting considering its name. And that's where that song leaves off, is that Virtute is very frustrated and angry with the owner for being so depressed and always lazing about and watching TV, which does not interest Virtute at all, and misses the days of being with its owner. You know, it's complaining like, I'm done playing with this piece of string. You pay attention to me.
Yeah.
It's a very sad song. And then we're led into this one a couple albums later. And in Virtute explains her departure. Virtute basically leaves the house, has found this hole underneath the fence, and escapes the house. Not in malice, but just in curiosity.
Right.
And then, like, goes out into the world, but then, like, it gets cold. And in the cold, like, its ears get frostbitten.
Yeah.
And it finds a place to live for a bit, like with pigeons and birds, but it's very loud, and there's a lot of places to hide, but it's not home. But Virtute has forgotten how to go home. Yeah. And Virtute has forgotten the sound of the voice. Sorry, he's forgotten the sound of the words that the owner has found for him. Him? Her? I never remember whether it's a him or her.
I can't remember the sound you found for me. I can't remember the sound.
And the sound of the sound that the person has found for them is Virtute's name. And so he or she misses it. There we go. We'll go with that. It misses its name, and it misses its owner, but it's forgotten what it sounds like to hear its name. And now it's out in the world and wishes it was back. So again, a very sad song. At the end of the song doesn't sound sad, even the original, but it is very sad at the end. The original end of the song, leaves with Virtute saying, "I can't remember the sound of I can't remember the sound of the word that you found for me."
I wouldn't have put that together, but that's what he meant.
It took a while for me to get what he was trying to say with it. But it's interesting because, how would a cat look at the words that we're always calling them? It's a cool way of looking at it. The third song in the series is called the 17th Street Treatment Center, or something along those lines.
On the 21st day, the sun didn't hate me. The food wasn't angry, the bed didn't sigh. The ceiling said it's possible I might get my looks back on the 21st day of my stay here.
17th Street, I got it right. Oh my gosh. And in that one, it's the only one in the series that is taken from the owner's point of view of he is in a treatment center. He's been there for 3 weeks, does not like being there. Has been forced to go there by court order. One of the things he's doing when he's there is he's singing the song of the cat that he lost. And he is looking forward to going home. And then finally, we have the fourth one in the series, which is Virtute at Rest.
In the back of your brain, where the memories flicker, and I paw at the synapses, bright bits of string. You should know I am with you, know I forgive you. No, I am proud of the steps that you've made.
Which already in the name of it is sad by itself. But Virtute never comes back. The owner is now off treatment, is now on antidepressants, has been sober for 7 months, but it's in Virtute's voice. But Virtute now is just a memory in the back of the owner's mind. And it just will always be there. But that's all there is.
Aww.
It never comes back.
Unlike
so
the other
sad.
song called The Cat Came Back. Have you heard that one? It's just the opposite.
Right. I have not. So it's a very depressing series. I'm not quite sure why.
No. One is listening to the podcast because he's like, why are you talking about cats?
But yeah, it's a very sad, but it's very beautiful. The music is really good. So we should probably talk about Steven and the Art of Times version.
Yeah.
What did you think of their version?
Well, I thought it was, like I said, because his voice is kind of like thinner and like a little more nasal. It was. It's funny. It's like the previous song where I could understand the lyrics better from the original version, but I think Steven's version has like a lot more character to it with the symphony backing him up. It almost like the beginning of the song kind of reminded me of how the chorus girl opens up with some strings, and it's kind of quiet, but there's some strings that started out. So, I mean, he's definitely put his own touch on it, and I do prefer it. I just prefer his voice and kind of the warmth and like the ebbs and flows and the kind of roller coaster ride that like the symphony can take you on that the other song doesn't do quite as much. So that's my opinion. My abbreviated opinion.
So,
my abbreviated COVID opinion.
This song was arranged by Finn Manash.
Oh, is that
Manish?
Is that Finn that BNL always used to tour with? Their stage manager?
Possibly.
I never knew his last name.
He's listed on the Art of Time website and says he has a music degree from UBC and has a penchant for playing anything and everything.
Cool.
Sounds like Kevin.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
Does a lot of swing and new music and Bach to Baccarat.
Baccarat.
And I'm guessing he plays with them now. But he wasn't listed on this album as being one of the people that played on it. So my guess is that he plays with them potentially sometimes, or plays with them now, one or the other. that's all that I have about him.
Okay.
I'm just trying to look it up right now and see if there's any more about him.
Maybe you can get a fact check. What was it? Finn what?
Finn Maniche. Manniche.
Oh, there you go.
It's a very hard name for me to say.
Maniche.
I think I got it right. The final. He is the guitar and an arranger for the band or for them. So my guess is that he did. They didn't have a lot of guitar to play on it because Steven played a lot of the guitar.
That makes sense.
So he just did the arrangements sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, I did not know that Branford Marsalis played saxophone with this group at one point.
Didn't he? Wasn't he
Okay,
in?
sorry.
I thought he was like with a talk show, or
I want to say he was originally with Conan O'Brien.
I thought it was Conan, but I couldn't remember exactly.
It was either Conan or Jay Leno.
Okay.
I get them all mixed together.
Yeah.
I like the instruments more in Steve's version. I like having the orchestra there. It gives it more panache.
I'm sorry, Maniche.
I don't know. It makes it more operatic and theatrical, and I feel like it really works for this song, which is kind of that story song, and I think that
it's very emotional. So
that was the other thing I was going to say, is that Steven's voice at the end of this is very plaintive and very like, I don't want to say pathetic, because that sounds like I'm insulting Steve, but what I'm saying is that like taken from the point of view of this cat that wishes that he could return home and that he remembers all of these positive memories that he had of his owner, but now can't remember the sound of his own voice. Or his own
wistful.
name. Like it wistful, yeah. And Steve's voice really pulls that off well.
I can't remember the sound you found for me. I can't remember the sound.
Yeah.
So, and like in the original, it's very powerful. Like all the instruments build to this point, but in Steven's version, it still powerful, yes, but it's not like this overwhelming wall of sound at that point.
Right.
It is a very sad moment at that point, and I like that. I feel like they did some honor to it.
Yeah, programmatic, right?
Yeah. I really enjoy that. Do I love this song? Hard to say. It's not.
You don't hate it, right?
I definitely don't hate it. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And along the lines of the flag, like it's a song.
It's heavy.
That is heavy, and it really makes you feel what it is trying to make you feel, but that's not always what I'm going for.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something, it can catch you by surprise if it pops up on your playlist and you're not in the right headspace for it. So
yeah, I think if my cat had died, Sarah.
Oh yeah. Depending on which cat.
Yeah. If my cat were to die, this would be a song I would want to listen to in order to make me feel those feels and get it out, and you know, it'd be a very therapeutic type song, very cathartic. But it's not something I'm going to listen to often.
Right.
But I still admire the beauty of the song. So I think my score tonight has to like with the flag, it has to reflect that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I
know. I think you and I are going to be pretty similar with the score.
And I think in terms of like what we give it for a rating, I think it just has to be Virtutes, because that is such a great name.
How many Virtutes?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I wanted to mention is John was very specifically asked when he was interviewed at one point, tell us more about Virtute's owner. And he says, I think of that character as an extremely exaggerated version of myself. For example, like the character, I'm now sober and I do take antidepressants, but I'm also happily married and have never had to go to a treatment center, and I prefer dogs.
Nah.
Ouch.
Meow. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty common in songwriting. You kind of write what you know, or write what you know and then embellish if you want, or, swap out one piece for another piece, so that makes sense.
I think it's hilarious that he said he loves dogs, but he wrote this song about this cat 4 times.
Well, some cats are more like dogs, like Maine Coons, so
yeah,
maybe that's what he was having in mind when he's channeling Virtute.
Oh, so how many Virtutes do you give this song?
Well, for the longest time, I didn't read it correctly, and I always thought it was Virtue.
I did until I looked it up this week.
Did you too? I think it's really good, but again, not like some banger that I'm gonna be wanting to listen to all the time. But I shouldn't punish it for that either. So I think I'll give it 8.
8
Virtutes. Yeah.
Actually, that's funny because that's exactly what I was thinking as well.
Yeah. When you're describing your criteria,
yeah. Do I think it's like the best song? No, Flag definitely is much further up there. But if it were a song I wanted to listen to, it would make my list because it is beautiful. It's just not a song I want to listen to very often.
Right. Right.
And I can see why people fell in love with this song, and also the original Plea from Virtute. Like, both of those are just very beautiful songs. And Virtute at Rest is also amazing. It's very short. It's mostly just acoustic guitar. But yeah, I mean, it's an emotional ride that I don't necessarily always want to take.
Yeah, exactly.
And next week is going to be, I don't know even how to work this into the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, I if I say this, I'm going to come across as very egotistical. Yeah, there's no way to say this without being egotistical. For we are the king of the boudoir. Like, that's
obviously.
You are very, very sure. I don't want to brag. However, I guess
facts are facts.
I guess Steven wants to brag. I mean, first he talks about being the king of bedside manner.
Maybe he has every right to. I don't know.
Christine, we know you listen. No,
Christine, come on. Give us the real deal.
Betsy, I know you're not feeling well. Everyone else is out and missing. And I really appreciate you taking the time to join me to talk about this song. And, I enjoyed listening to this song this week. But I think if I had to do another week with Virtute, I was probably going to end up
Virtuted out.
I was probably going to end up taking some antidepressants if I wasn't careful.
Well, that's what they're there for.
So I'm glad I get to put this one to bed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Night. Ah, there you go.
Speaking of boudoirs.
In the boudoir.
Have a great week.
You too. We'll talk to you next week.
That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.